There's a lot going on in the world of Magic the Gathering right now. We have Kamigawa Neon Dynasty release information. There have been massive story spoilers leaked for Innistrad Crimson Vow. And that's not even all the news we have to talk about today.
Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The Magic Historian. My bones hurt.
Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. My friends, I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered for another glorious installment of Mega Magic News. We have a number of different items to talk about. Kamigawa release information, Crimson Vow storyline spoilers. But before we do that, I want to talk about the most time-sensitive item on my news list. And that is the TCG player sale that's going on today. So essentially the deal is they're giving 10% in bonus bucks. So it's kind of almost like getting 10% off, but the sale is very limited time. It's only today and not even for the entirety of today. So you may even want to pause the video right now if you want to do some shopping and head over there. And I will also mention, since we're on the subject, I have a TCG player link. So if you use my link when you do your shopping, I get a little taste of that goodness. Like the mafia, I get to wet my beak a little. You know how it goes? Anyways, that's the most time-sensitive news. Other than that, let us dive in to the juicier stories, right? Because obviously, things like Kamigawa Neon Dynasty release information is something we're all clamoring for. So, first things first, Wizards of the Coast has set the official release date for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And the release date will be February 18th, 2022, with the pre-release taking place the 11th to 17th of 2022. That sounds a little bit weird, right? Normally they would call it pre-release weekend, but you want to talk about weird. Let me give you a rundown of all of the Kamigawa related dates that you need to know if you run a local game store. If you want to find this information for yourself, it's always available over on Wizards of the Coast's WPN network website. So if you're not familiar with that, WPN is the Wizards Play Network. So whenever a new set comes out, Wizards of the Coast sends all of the stores this particular information. And there's about 14 dates that they need to be aware of, starting all the way up at November 24th, where they have to choose their distributor. So basically, when it comes to getting this stuff, Wizards of the Coast will make sure that distributors have your pre-release allocation, everything like that, but you have to pick a particular distributor, and you have until November 24th to do that. Bear in mind, this is for a set that's coming out mid-February. So if you've ever wondered about the hassles of running an LGS, just wait as we go through the list. So the first is the distributor selection deadline. Then you've got the WPN premium deadline, which is December 7th. So if you're a premium store, you get 2 weeks longer. Scheduling any kind of open events, December 14th. You have to have done it by then. Wave 1 digital marketing assets will be available on December 14th. So they'll start to give you assets you can use to advertise Kamigawa Neon Dynasty mid-December. Marketing kit delivery for North America and Latin America starts December 14th. Commander Party, January 28th to 30th. Promo pack delivery begins February 7th, 2022. Marketing kit delivery for Europe and Asia Pacific begins February 7th. It's kind of crazy to think about the fact that North America and Latin America get it December 14th, but Europe and Asia wait until February 7th. That's a big gap, right? Then obviously we covered the pre-release and release dates. After that, you've got the launch party that is also on February 18th to 20th. Friday Night Magic from February 25th to April 22nd. Commander Nights, February 28th to April 28th. And WPN Premium Kit Delivery begins February 21st of 2022. And below all of these dates, it says, these dates only mark the beginning of what we have planned. Keep your eyes peeled for future news about events to engage players at your store. So, that is a taste of the insanity that comes along with being involved in selling one product from Wizards of the Coast, right? Imagine being an LGS where you're selling Magic, you're selling all these different card games, you're selling Warhammer figures, all kinds of craziness. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. But anyways, let's move on to talking about Innistrad Crimson Vow. Now, before we talk about the story spoilers, I do just want to let you know, in case you're interested in regular card spoilers, that the spoiler season for Innistrad Crimson Vow starts in 2 days. So today's the 26th. It starts on the 28th, and Wizards of the Coast has released the official list of outlets that will have the spoilers. So if you're somebody who actually wants to go to each individual source and experience the spoilers through them, that list is available. I don't know how many people actively use that list to gauge where they're going to go for spoilers, because I imagine most people find their spoilers through a spoiler aggregation sort of thing. Either, go into Reddit, go into like a specific spoiler website, or I guess in some cases, just waiting for YouTubers to cover the spoilers as well. And yes, I will definitely be covering Innistrad Crimson Vow spoilers. So, talking about spoilers leads us into story spoilers. So we have had some major story spoilers for Innistrad Crimson Vow. And this is your warning right now if you don't want this information to tune out, right? Because this is what we're going to be talking about for pretty much the remainder of our discussion time. Now, what happened was somebody essentially took a picture of this poster. I'm going to put the poster up on the screen for you right now so you can see immediately that we have some genuine spoiler action going on. So the idea behind Innistrad Crimson Vow is it is centered around a wedding. And you may remember that a while back, I said in a video, I believe it was actually when they had the Judge promo Edgar Markov come out, and we were talking about the Judge promos. I believe I said at that point that, to me, the most likely candidate for the wedding would be Olivia Valdarin and Edgar Markov. And we do indeed have that confirmed. You can see down at the bottom of this poster that it 100% has both of their names. So it's removed all doubt. But there is an extra layer of spoiler detail that is hidden, or maybe not hidden, but not as prominent. Like when you take a look at this poster, the first thing obviously you're going to take in the artwork itself. You're going to notice the names at the bottom and be like, okay, you know what? That makes perfect sense. I don't know how this poster got out into the wild this early, but anyways, there's a little bit of script that's actually running around the outer edge of the artwork. And if you take a look at that, it adds an extra layer of depth. And I actually have what it says to tell you. So it says along the outer edge, the bride pledges her heart to the groom, and he his undying affection to her. Blood and famine, violence and peace. In eternal life and through moments' struggle, the two shall rule this land until its people are no more. The heron's blood make it so. So I gotta say, that's some pretty flowery and awesome language for like not a wedding invitation so much as like a wedding commemoration. I really like the way that they contrast the eternal life and moments of struggle. So you have like a brief moment where things aren't going wrong, and also just through the boring mundanity of existing forever, they shall treasure each other. As far as wedding vows go, this isn't too shabby. But the extra layer of spoiler action in terms of story actually comes from the very last line. The heron's blood make it so. Now, what is that reference? Well, my guess in this scenario is it has to do with Sigarda, because Sigarda is the leader of the heron flock of angels, right? She's known as the Heron's Grace. So whenever I think of herons, there's only really two things I think about that are mentioned in Innistrad. One is the moon, but the moon is tied into Emrakul and everything that's going with the Eldrazi, and it doesn't look like that's really going to be touching on this set whatsoever. So the only other logical conclusion is to think that it has to do with the legendary angel Sigarda. So the question becomes, in what way do they mean the heron's blood makes it so? Are they using this angel's blood to seal their vows? Is that how it's going? Or is Edgar Markov so much more powerful than Olivia Voldaren that she needs to consume the angel's blood to gain its grace and thus be on the same level as Edgar Markov? Because Edgar Markov is the one who created all that. He is the progenitor of the vampiric line on Innistrad, right? So maybe that's what's going on. I'm not 100% sure how Sigarda fits into it, but I'm very sure that she does. And we know from the story in Midnight Hunt that she was in Markov Manor facing off against Sorin. So we've already got a scenario where she's right there at the Markov household. So it wouldn't be too far a cry for them to snag her and use her for nefarious purposes. But anyways, that wraps up all of today's news. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, my friends. Thanks for coming by, and I will see you all next time.